Persuasive. This is my persuasive speech for my communication applications course that I'm taking online right now. And my name is Charlotte Lambert, and this is titled Adulting Prep Course. I don't feel prepared enough for what is to come past high school, and I personally blame that on my education. Yes, your parents should introduce you to the basics, but what if you don't have a great relationship with your parents? And what if your parents don't offer you the source of information necessary for you to succeed in your adult life? Schools should offer courses that display what may come past your adolescent years. These courses should include mandatory basic cooking classes, house cleaning and maintenance, how to pay taxes, or a basic understanding of how to do so, and how to overall get your life started past high school. Too often do I hear adults complain about how their education was wasted, as we're introduced to aspects of life and history that will not resonate with what we are supposed to become or what we are supposed to do past high school. With this, we're left confused and stressed about how to get ahead in life. Our brains are cluttered with bits and pieces of what we may have been given in high school. There are no courses dedicated to managing your money, managing your time, managing things you might have going on in your life, for say a job and an organization or an extracurricular or something that you're a part of that is taking up a lot of your time and making it hard for you to have the time you need. This is my visual aid, and these are courses offered at AHS, Alamo Heights High School, or AHHS, sorry. But they offer a lot of amazing courses that, we do have the fortunate opportunity to have a government and economics class. However, that still does not cover the basics of maybe things like self-help and stuff like that. But we are offered a plethora of amazing courses to take that introduce us to a lot of aspects of life that we should have the introduction to, whether or not we want to actually pursue those classes. And but I think that there are things that should be mandatory for us to take before they send us out to the real world. Child and parent relationships, they're not always sufficient for learning atmospheres and stuff like that. Say the parent could be an alcoholic or a druggie or anything like that. It happens, things like that are real, and it could be a very big disadvantage for the student. Not always available to the child. Some kids are orphans. Some kids, they're a roommate. They have roommates and things like that, and it's not what they need it to be to have a sufficient learning environment. And some adults cannot provide the information because they themselves were not exposed to it the way that they should have been before going on into their adult life. And yeah. And then worries as an adult versus a teenager. So a lot of times teenagers worry about grades, homework, extracurriculars, friends and drama, and growing puberty, hormones, and home life. Sometimes home life. So with that, it's a lot of things that you really don't worry about past high school, things that don't even really occur to you past high school. Because as an adult, you worry about bills, taxes, purchasing a car, living under a roof, and having a sufficient job, and your sanity as you are trying to maintain that, is whether or not you choose to have kids or get married, or you take on things for yourself, and they could be very big things in your life. Students today are more dependent than ever on technology for their information. Every bit of information we are given from a textbook is something we can easily type on a search bar. In elementary school or middle school or things like that, things happen. Kids are overwhelmed. Kids don't have the time that they need to go over that homework assignment, and it's busy work. It is something that you can easily look up. It's just the reality of the situation. So we are left stressed and overwhelmed. As in high school, without the proper introduction, we are expected to maintain school, homework, extracurriculars, jobs, relationships, and our sanity. Occasionally, suggestions are made on how we can achieve this, but there is no practice. It's a constant thing that you have to work towards, and we are not given the opportunity to fully manage and practice those things. And oftentimes you hear teachers say, time management, time management, time management. I need to learn time management in order to achieve that. So instead of giving me material that I can honestly easily look up the answer to online so easily and just go off with that, I think we should be given things pieces of information that we will carry with us through the rest of our lives and actually use past these years. I believe that schools across the board should consider implementing courses that will benefit their students past high school and allow them to walk into adult life understanding the basics of what is to come and how to handle those obstacles. So that is just where I'm coming from in this, and I believe that if we were to do that, students past high school would better understand, how to perform at jobs, how they shouldn't flake out on their jobs, how they should actually have dedication and responsibility for the things that are to come in their life so that they can actually manage and become more independent and more self-sufficient individuals rather than depending on technology or somebody else to do the work for you and wasting money or things like that on having these people do things for you so that you can actually learn how to do these things for yourself and know how to get by in life by yourself with your own knowledge and with your own ability so that we can all grow and learn as a society from each other. Either way, those are just things to keep in mind, and I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for paying attention to my speech today.